Hello guys, today we'll talk about what is the safest country in the world. So this is the list of countries by crime rate. But we'll be factoring more than just that. So if you look at the safest countries in the world, you have a lot of countries on here. You have Qatar, Taiwan, United Arab Emirates, Georgia, Oman, Hong Kong, Slovenia, Iceland, Switzerland, Japan, Rwanda, and Armenia, and Estonia. Yeah. Of course, some of bigger countries like America. America has some really safe places and some really dangerous places. You know, with America, I think is by Iraq in terms of crime rate, and Sweden. But USA, there are very safe parts of the USA. Okay, many rural places in the USA are very safe. Many northern states are very safe, but many of the southern states are very dangerous to go to. In USA, you really have to look at what's the safest places in each part of the state. Because here people say America is so dangerous, but it really isn't if you know where to look. But we'll be narrowing down all of these countries on this list here to statistically the safest country. So weather is something that most people have in mind. Weather and natural disasters. And Japan is instantly off this list. Because Japan is known for earthquakes. Which is also because, we all remember Fukushima, that really horrible event that happened in Japan 8 years ago. Well, Japan has some very horrible earthquakes. And also it's very hard to even live in Japan too, so. Ireland, that's a part of the UK. Hong Kong, you have to basically go to China. So, yeah, those countries are part of another country. And, yeah, then we're going to get to all the rest of the countries here. Rwanda still has a lot of diseases. It's still not. Rwanda is definitely going to become a part of the safer. It already is a part of the safest countries on the planet. Rwanda has been improving, but still has a lot of pretty dangerous and deadly diseases in Rwanda, which is common in most sub-Saharan African countries. But Rwanda is definitely improving massively. Armenia, and then we'll go rescue countries that are very close or could be in a war pretty soon. So, any country in the Middle East is excluded from this list. So, Armenia, Georgia, United Arab Emirates, and Oman. Because of Qatar. Despite Qatar has the lowest crime rate in the world, also Qatar and United Arab Emirates have very strict and very not great laws as well. So, you never know what could happen in those countries. So, but two countries stand out. Two countries stand out. Slovenia and Switzerland. Slovenia and Switzerland may be the safest countries in the world. Slovenia, if you want to have a cheaper alternative to Switzerland, Slovenia is basically your option. But if you have the money, Switzerland is the better option. Switzerland is cold, but that's if you live in the alpine regions of Switzerland. Switzerland is very safe, and also Switzerland is unlikely to get in any war or conflict anytime soon, as Switzerland is a famous neutral country, and has always been a safe option for many people. The only problem with Switzerland is that, it's very expensive to live in. But if you have the money, Switzerland is always said to be a country that everyone wants to move to, because Switzerland is very safe. Of course, if you're a criminal, you should not move to Switzerland, because you will ruin Switzerland's reputation as being safe and good. Switzerland has also been a very open and welcoming country as well, accepting many people from Europe. Most of Switzerland's immigrants are actually people from Europe moving to Switzerland. Yep, that's most of Switzerland's immigration is mostly from neighboring countries that want to move to Switzerland to be safer. Slovenia is a very recent country. Slovenia used to be another very poor country in the Balkans, but ever since it became independent, it has become a very rich and wealthy nation, and it has been considered by many people one of the best countries to move to in the world. Other countries that fall down the list is Austria, Iceland, and Estonia. These two, Iceland and Estonia does have some pretty extreme weather, but Iceland has had no murders since 2014. Only has very few murders. Same thing with Estonia, which used to have one of the highest murder rates in the world. but now has one of the lowest. And of course, Austria. Austria is another very, very safe country, very similar to Switzerland, but the problem is if Russia decides to, say, you know what, Europe, you stink, World War III, yeah, Switzerland is a better choice than Austria. And that's why and really Switzerland's neutrality makes it the safest country on the planet. If you live in Switzerland, don't expect to ever be drafted into a single war. Yes, you might join the army, but you will never join a single war because Germany, Italy, and France are allies of Switzerland. And even if a country declares war on Switzerland, they're going to have to go for these three very powerful nations first. And also America as well, because America is also allies of Switzerland because they're also part of NATO. And yeah, if you declare war on NATO, basically you'll be at war with all NATO. So, and also Switzerland is a very, very fortressfully defensive country. And it is considered one of the most prepared countries for any sort of bad thing to happen. And you're basically guaranteed to be super safe in Switzerland. But the most dangerous countries are by hand. Yep, do not go to Venezuela, Papua New Guinea, and South Africa, Afghanistan, and Honduras. They have the highest crime index of any countries on the world. And of course, the global crime rate is going down, which is a good thing for everybody. So that's basically it about this video. Goodbye.